Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, where stories and other random things take center stage. Welcome to today's video, and today I'm doing a follow-up recommendations. These are the next 7 things I'm going to recommend. So we did 1 through 7 last time, 8 through 14 for this. So number 8, we follow up, but before we follow up with an Ashley Poston recommendation. But before that, if you haven't watched my previous recommendations video for this, as well as my review for the Spanish Love Deception, check out the playlist linked below with the 2 videos. And remember to subscribe if you're interested in my videos. I post very frequently in the channel, so yeah. And I do like posting as many book recommendations as possible, so I'll always have something. And I'm thinking that if you have a specific theme of books you're looking for, give me in the comments, and I'll see if I can find something based on what I read. So here we go. Anyway, let's start with number 8, which is Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. So Heart of Iron follows Anna, who is trying to look for this memory core to save her friend Di. Basically, like, things are happening. He's like an android. It's really adorable. And they do that, but she ends up getting involved with this other person, not romantically, but just like gets caught by this person and stuff like that, and she ends up discovering that she is the princess of this Iron Kingdom, and she is supposed to be the empress and also the goddess. So things go interesting from there. I don't know how to describe it. I need to reread it for this. Okay, so number 9 is the Savior series by Jenna Moreci. I have read it. I'll be highly honest. It is kind of difficult to get in. Well, not difficult to get into. It just isn't. It's how else to describe it? It's kind of it's kind of it's kind of just, it doesn't have as much tension, I think, as the other books I'm recommending, but it does have a good romance, which I genuinely like as a romance. I do enjoy it as a romance. I think it has like a really good romance, and I liked it. I think it has some issues, but I did like the romance. Like, I would read this book just for the romance, mainly. I wouldn't read this for anything else. That's it. Just the romance. Nothing else, really. That's the only reason I would read the Savior series. So, we have 2 books right now in that series. It is The Savior's Champion and The Savior's Sister. The Savior's Champion follows Tobias, who basically gets involved in this tournament that they have for the Savior in order for her to choose a husband, because she is of marriageable age. But he has no interest in participating in this. He's only in this in order to provide I guess, safety in a way for his family, because they're very poor, and after his father died, he's basically kind of given everything up, his own dreams for being an artist, in order to sustain his family, his mom and his sister, who is disabled. So yeah, that's the thing. So he ends up going through this tournament in order to save, in order to give his family the money, because when you enter, you get given this money. So he enters, and as part of what happens in this thing is he ends up in the tournament. A lot of things happen, but he ends up meeting Layla, who is um, a healer, and they start falling in love in this tournament, basically. So he kind of argues like he did this for the savior or whatever. Is he willing to? What is he willing to do? Because he started to fall for this person, but he's supposed to be fighting for the savior, but he does not want to. That is like his main conflict. In the savior's sister, this same story is told. It's passing up like it's coming in naturally with like it's happening kind of like it's going on alternate. It's like the time is they're alternating stories, I guess. Like they're both happening. Things are happening at the same time. But basically, in her story, Layla is the savior, and she is basically people want to assassinate her. Her own father wants to assassinate her, and she ends up attempting to try to figure out who is trying to kill her. Just look at her assassins, basically, and get rid of her assassins. So she's attempting to do that, and when she meets Tobias, she starts falling for him. It's an interesting thing. I did enjoy this book. There are issues I have with it, but I did enjoy reading it. Sometimes you just need to read something relaxing that's not gonna make you think that much. And this is that kind of book for me. Kind of like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Anyway, number 10 is The AI Who Loved Me by Alyssa Cole. Basically, we follow our main character, whose name I've tragically forgotten. And she lives in this building, and she's recovering from an accident. And she ends up meeting her neighbor's nephew, and things start going there. There's more to the story, but honestly, I haven't read it in a while, and that's the best way I can remember it. The next thing I want to recommend is the Constellation series by Claudia Gray. Basically, we follow our main character. I think her name is Naomi, I think. And she is part of this rebellion group who is attempting to get out of like Earth's control, basically, and there's like a war going on. And she ends up meeting Abel, who is an android, and she has this whole plan to hopefully like get rid of what's happening right now. But she ends up falling in love with Abel and their journey. So the next 3 reads I'm going to talk about are Divergent, Carve the Mark, and The Chosen Ones by Veronica Roth. In these specifically, the romance is more of a subplot, and that's where some of my other recommendations starting now and until the next ones are gonna end up leading. Also, I was wrong. I said the first video I had 21, but it looks like I numbered them wrong, and I actually have 22. So next video will be 15 to 22. So it'll be an extra one. How exciting. Anyway. So Divergent follows Tris Pryor, who is basically she lives in Chicago, but in a version of Chicago that is divided into 5 factions: Abnegation, Amity, Candor, Dauntless, Erudite, and wait, no, that's it. Oh, and did I mention Dauntless? I'm pretty sure I did. But basically, each of these factions have a specific characteristic, and those who move there have that character trait. So Tris is 16, and along with everyone else that age now, she has to take this test. It's an aptitude test that tells her exactly what faction she can be a part of, and then after that, she has to choose a faction. She can either choose the faction she'll be part of, or she can either choose the faction she'll be a part of, or basically just choose another one. But when she takes this test, it turns out she doesn't fit in one specific faction. She is Divergent, which are usually is not usually good in this city. So she has to keep it a secret, and she ends up choosing Dauntless. And there, she keeps her divergence a secret and also develops romantic interest for her instructor. But other things are happening, and they're very interesting. So Carve the Mark follows Syra and Akos, who are basically enemies because of their different, because of things that have happened and are happening. And Akos is taken from his planet, and they take him in order to serve Syra, who is basically, everybody has like a gift. They're given like this gift, and everyone has a different one. Syra has the gift of pain. She can literally give pain, but she also suffers from pain. And Akos can stop any gift. So he is basically meant to stay there so he can kind of stop her pain at times when it becomes a lot. So that's a thing. Then they start becoming friends, and she also, slowly they kind of fall in love as well. The Chosen Ones is Veronica Roth's first adult book, even though it is written in like a YA style. It is written in a YA format, but it is her first adult book. Her main character is 25, literally, from what I remember. So this one kind of follows these characters, but mainly Sloane, and they were part of these people taken by the government because they were chosen to stop this not war, but it was like, I can't remember, like something magically related, and they were the ones chosen to do it. So basically, they were chosen, but after that, they were kind of just, they're just famous now because of the things they've done. And Sloane is kind of just left, with her. She's kind of she still goes through PTSD and goes through this stuff. And everybody thinks it's because she has an attitude or whatever. But at some point, by the way, I'm hoping you don't hear it, but there's like a fire alarm going off. But basically, there's some stuff happens in an event, and she ends up along with like two of her friends in this other world that is very similar to Earth, and they're asking them to figure out what's happening on their end as well. And it seems to be very similar, and it seems like the person they killed is might be there as well. I'm really hoping I gave that book a good description because it's been a while since I read it. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy these recommendations. I will be back tomorrow for the last batch of recommendations. There will be 8 this time. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Subscribe if you're interested in more content from me. And until tomorrow, consume stories. Bye.